And so if you're too fat, you need to lose the weight right now, and you feel like it's an uphill battle, don't worry. It's just going to take you one night. Sound the alarms! Coach Greg, and in today's video, how to lose belly fat in one night with this diet. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know this is absolutely ridiculous. And so unless they're going to say you stay up all night and don't eat anything and do cardio for 10 hours straight, there's no way you're losing your belly fat in one night. The problem is 40 million people have watched this video in the hopes that somehow they just haven't found the right diet. That there's got to be something, some magic trick out there that if only they did it, that they can get a flat stomach in one single night. And so the bright side, they have over 44 million followers and they don't give two shits about spreading bullshit. In particular, they have several videos about how to burn belly fat. All of them are wrong, every single one of them, and I'm going to do multiple videos about this. And so we're going to watch this video, and I'm telling you, I just got back from getting a haircut, and I was playing this video, and the hairdresser said, "Is that a joke?" And so imagine, she doesn't know anything about dieting. I'm listening to it on double speed, and even the hairdresser said, "What is that, a joke?"
Being overweight does not always mean being unhealthy. There are many great examples of overweight people who have excellent health.
I mean, already, give us some of these great examples of people who are overweight that are just perfectly healthy. I mean, is this the video that started the trend of people thinking that you can be fat and healthy at the same time?
Some fat is there right under your skin, while other is deep inside around your organs, liver, heart, lungs. This type of fat is called visceral fat.
And yes, it is in fact true. There are two types of fat. There's subcutaneous fat, fat right under the skin, subcutaneous under the skin. That's the fat you have right there. Obviously, I have hardly any. I have close to 7% body fat. I'm racing bikes. I don't eat too much. And then there's the deeper fat, the fat you can't see. It's around the organs. That is, in fact, much more dangerous than the fat underneath your skin. But here's the thing. If you're overweight, obese, morbidly obese, you're going to have a lot of both. Do you really think there's people out there that are shredded like Coach Greg and they have tons of fat deep inside their bodies? I don't think so. It doesn't work like that. And so, do you really think that you're going to, in one day, remove all the uncomfortable fat and fit into your clothes?
We do need some of visceral fat, though. Guess why? Yes, because it acts as cushions around your organs.
Yeah. Last I checked, you don't have problems with needing enough visceral fat unless you have an ED of some sort. Trust me, you've got enough visceral fat. It's okay.
But again, you should know the measure. If you are a woman and your waist size is less than 35 inches, relax. Everything is fine.
And so how much is actually too much fat? And so she gives out some advice. She says, as long as you're a woman and you're under 35 inches around the waist, then you're good. You don't have to worry. And if you're a man, well, under 40 inches. How friggin' ridiculous is that? I mean, I feel like calling her a cookbook. You friggin' cookbook. How dare you spread misinformation like that?
Get a measuring tape and put it around your waist.
And so I thought she was just going to say, grab it, and if you have two friggin' handfuls, then you're too friggin' fat. Lose some weight. But no, she lets almost everyone off the hook. And so get this, ladies. If you have a waist under 35 inches, well, you're great. You're healthy. Don't worry about it. Does that make sense? 35 inches on a woman, that is a fat belly. 35 inches. It's more than a man should have. But oh, it's okay. 35 inches, you are healthy.
Did it? Now you can check your girth.
And every time I hear the word girth, I'm thinking of the thickness of something else, and it ain't the friggin' stomach.
Keep in mind that you should do it while you are in standing position, not sitting, okay?
And so please remember to measure yourself while you're standing, not sitting, because we don't want to make it so that your waist is even bigger. And so I can picture it now, people getting their tape measures and pulling for the life of them to try to get past 35 inches. Yay, I'm good. No, you're not. You're not good at all.
However, if it is more than 35 inches, then you definitely should consider this diet, the secret of which we are going to reveal very soon.
And so if it's above 35 inches, consider this diet. You know, this one-night diet. And so your waist is, say, 36 or maybe it's 46 inches. Well, you should consider doing this one-day diet because that'll solve all of life's problems. And if it's under 35 inches, well, you don't have to do anything. You are golden. You're spreading misinformation more than an OnlyFans model spreading her ass cheeks. What is wrong with you? So saying anything under 35 inches for a woman would be equivalent to me saying, well, anything under 180 pounds, if you're a woman, you're good. If you're 4'10" and 170 pounds, a lot different than if you're 5'11" and 170 pounds. And so you can't just pick an inch. The taller you are, the bigger your waist should be. And so it's absolutely ludicrous for her to say, as long as it's under 35 inches, you're good. Because the last I checked, if you're 4'10" and you have a 35-inch waist, well, you're fatter than you are tall. What is wrong with you? And yeah, I'm exaggerating, but I'm trying to get you the point. On the other hand, if you're a volleyball or a basketball superstar and you're 6'5" and you're a woman and your waist is 35, well, maybe you're not fat.
And if you're a man, then the waist size less than 40 inches sounds pretty okay.
And so under 40 inches as a man, you're pretty okay. What kind of declaration is that? Pretty okay. If I went up to my doctor and I got my blood pressure done and the doctor said it's pretty okay, I'd say, doctor, can you actually tell me is it okay or not? It's pretty okay. Is it beautifully okay? Pretty okay? Some right? Aight? What kind of explanation is this?
Well, more than 40 inches should alarm you, and the diet would be a good way out.
And so at 39 3/4 inches, it's pretty okay, and at 40 1/4 inches, you should be alarmed. Sound the alarms! Doesn't work like that. Pretty sure as a 5'6" manlet, if my waist were 39 inches, I'd feel like I'm a fat piece of shit. I need to lose some weight. I need to do some cardio and start eating again for my cookbook. What's wrong with me? Why did I let myself go? But if I'm the mountain and I'm freaking 6'10" and 400 pounds and my waist is 41 inches, well, maybe it's not so bad. 6'10", 40-inch waist. Doesn't sound too big. But if you're 4'10" and a 40-inch waist, well, you're freaking morbidly obese. Lose some weight.
There are two types of shapes. A pear size when the hips and thighs are bigger than your waistline, and an apple size when your waistline is wider than your hips and thighs.
And so there's only two types of shapes in this world. You can either be an apple shape and you can be a pear shape. No one's allowed to be shaped like anything other than that. What kind of shape are you if you're tall and thin? If you have an ectomorphic frame, you don't have a fat belly like an apple, and you don't have fat hips and thighs like a pear.
A pear size is considered safer than an apple size. Why? An apple size shows that you have too much of belly fat, which means that you have too much of visceral fat in your body.
And so yes, it is in fact true that having a pear shape, as in having fat in your hips and thighs, is healthier, as in safer, than having fat in your abdominals. And the reason for that is this: the closer the fat is to your heart, the more dangerous this is going to be. And so women in general are less likely to get a heart attack than that of their male counterparts. Women, on average, they live longer than that of males. This is one of the reasons. Even though women have a higher percentage of body fat than men, remember, the average man is 28% body fat, the average female, 40%. That is, in fact, obese, but the average person today, at least in America, is, in fact, obese. But all this information is despite the main point of this video. This video is trying to give you a diet that if you follow for one night, you're going to lose your visceral fat, and it's not true. Let's continue the video.
Even if you are not obese or heavy, then you should consider some ways to say goodbye to it. Sounds like an uphill task, huh? Don't give up that fast. You'll be surprised to know that this task can be accomplished within one day.
And so if you're too fat, you need to lose the weight right now, and you feel like it's an uphill battle, don't worry. It's just going to take you one night. I mean, can you freaking believe the audacity of this channel to spew out such freaking nonsense?
Have you ever tried dieting before? Probably yes. Therefore, you know how exhausting it might be. This diet will not only make your belly flat, but also it will help you to lose unnecessary weight and burn those nasty calories.
And so this diet, it's not like any diet you've ever done. Most of you out there probably have tried a diet and you didn't like it. What's the use of that? Follow my diet, for one day, and you're golden. Really?
The diet consists of smoothies, juices, and teas. An extra amazing thing for tea lovers. All this stuff acts as a drink detox that additionally cleanses your body very fast. That will give you a boost of energy.
And not only that, it's going to give you a boost of energy. You're going to have these smoothies and teas. It's going to be an amazing diet. You can't wait for it. And so not only is it going to give you a flat stomach, cure your visceral fat, the dangerous kind of fat, it's going to taste good. It's going to be amazing. Sound too good to be true?
You should start right in the morning, 8 a.m. Drink a glass of warm water with some lemon juice in it.
And so we're on a liquid diet with a bunch of sugar. We're drinking juices. We're also drinking some teas. We're not eating any solid food. We're just drinking liquids with sugars, and that's it. And somehow this is magically going to reduce the visceral fat in our bodies. Let me give you a lesson, Brightside. It's calories in, calories out. And so unless you're in a severe caloric deficit, you're not going to be burning off any visceral fat. It takes a 3,500 calorie deficit to burn off 1 pound of fat. And let's assume this diet is magical and it burns off only belly fat. Nowhere else does it burn. And it's all visceral belly fat. If you do this for just one day, at best, perhaps you're going to lose maybe 1/4 pound of fat there. Maybe 1/2 pound at best. So how dare you tell the overweight people of the world that all you have to do is follow this diet for one day and you're going to be golden. Bull friggin' shit, just like a golden shower ain't going to make nobody happy. Who needs friggin' yellowness all over their thighs? Please do it in the shower.
It is probably hard to believe, but your tummy will become flat in just 24 hours.
And so she states the obvious. It's probably hard to believe, but your stomach's going to be flat in 24 hours. By drinking 9 drinks in a day, which probably have you up all night peeing, annoyed that you can't get a decent night of sleep. But remember, it's all worth it because in only one day, just that one very day, you've now lost all your visceral fat. You now have a flat stomach and you can be proud of yourself. Bye are the days where you had to eat from my friggin' cookbook, doing cardio and all that nonsense. Why would you exercise and eat healthy when in one day you can just drink juices all day and lose all of it?
Moreover, your body will get rid of all the toxins. So, what are you waiting for? Let's start it tomorrow.
Well, right now I'm waiting to see how many comments are saying how much this is full of shit. Let's see if people are smarter than last time. Who else scrolled down to the comments to see if it worked? I can't believe it actually works. I did this diet yesterday with high hopes. Today I stood on the scale and lost 3 pounds. Also, my stomach was so bloated in the past few weeks, but it's much smaller and flatter now. Thank you, Brightside. It only takes one. And so first things first, did you lose the visceral fat or did you lose the bloating? And consider this, if all you're doing is drinking water with perhaps some juice in it, and in comparison, if you just had drinks versus eating Big Macs, burgers, fries, pizza, ice cream, and so on, of course you're gonna lose some weight. You're gonna lose water weight in the form of glycogen. And guess where that glycogen is formed? It's in your muscles, biceps, triceps, quads, chest, back, lats, everywhere. And so, yeah, you lost 3 pounds, but it's not 3 pounds of visceral fat. As you know, 3 pounds of fat would contain 10,500 calories. You certainly didn't burn off 10,000 calories by drinking this juice. And so all you did was lose some bloating, perhaps some water retention, and that's it. Honestly, this world is cruel for making kids feel insecure. Thank you for this. What in the flying cookbook? Did that comment have anything to do with this video? Are you saying that this video somehow cured the feelings that kids are going to have from being insecure, not liking their bodies? Somehow that all these kids who are overweight, they just follow this diet for one day and they're going to have flat stomachs? Like, are we really suggesting that? If anything, this perpetuates the problem. Imagine how many people, perhaps it's millions, are going to try this diet. They're going to get disappointed by the results. They're going to think they're losers. There's something wrong with them, that perhaps they have horrible genetics and that calories in, calories out doesn't actually work. It must be they have a horrible metabolism because after all, Brightside said if you follow this diet for a day, you're going to get a flat stomach. And so since they didn't, well, there's something wrong with them. My 14-year-old self shouldn't have to search this whole I'm crying. What in the world is going on? Why are 14-year-olds watching this? And so perhaps that's what's going on. I was thinking it was grown adults that were watching this nonsense and falling for it. But what the problem is, it's actually kids. Kids, they're innocent. They don't know any better. Think of it. When you're a kid, you don't know anything. You might actually think that if you follow some stupid diet on Brightside that you can actually lose all this weight. How would you know that? You've not been told by your parents, calories in, calories out. Parents are probably feeding you a bunch of junk food and they don't know any better either. And so perhaps innocent lives being damaged by horrible videos such as this. People are going to be brainwashed thinking that there's a secret out there that can work when there is no secret. Secret's hard work, consistency, eating a healthy diet, doing cardio. But people want the shortcut, the magic pill. They don't want to know that you actually have to work to lose weight. And so if you are trying to lose weight, my number one supplement that I would recommend, remember, you don't need a supplement. It's just something that can help. It's GO2 Max. And why is that? Because NMN has been shown in research to help people become better at doing cardio. You have more endurance, more energy. And so how do you think you burn calories? By moving. The more cardio you do, the more walks you go on, the more you fidget, the more you bop around, have fun, the more calories you're burning. You burn more calories, you're in a calorie deficit, that helps you to lose weight. Double-blind, placebo-controlled human study, not the placebo effect, showed a 50% improvement in the walking test score on people during that 6-minute walk test. 50% faster. They weren't even athletes. They got 50% faster just from taking NMN. And NMN's not the only ingredient, but it is in fact the main one. And so if you're interested in this or any of my other supplements, click the link in that description. Don't forget, Sequel Bar is only $9.99. It's usually $35 with the purchase of anything. So you can buy one of these, get this for $10. Are you kidding me? How can you beat that deal? Head over to my website right now. Also, don't forget I sell the cookbooks, the training books, coaching plans by me and my team, the Circle Diet book, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line. Everything's on the website. Subscribe, click that bell button, comment to boost the algorithm. Please like the video, that'll help me a lot. Subscribe, please subscribe, the bell button. Also watch one of those two bloops. And until next time, I am out.